If you are in Nigeria, and you keep seeing people online talk about remote work like it is some magical escape hatch, let's slow that down and talk honestly. Yes, remote jobs for Nigerians are real. No, they are not all easy. And no, searching work from home and clicking random listings is not a strategy. The real opportunity is bigger than a trend, though. Nigeria now has a massive digital population, and global demand for digital skills keeps growing. That matters because remote work is no longer a weird side option. It is becoming part of how companies hire, especially in support, operations, sales, software, content, and admin roles. But here is the mistake many people make. They chase the wrong jobs. They look for the easiest-looking listings instead of the most sustainable ones. That is why so many people get stuck on data entry promises, fake WhatsApp offers, and glamorous-sounding online jobs that never go anywhere. A much better approach is to think like an employer. Ask yourself, what kind of remote worker would a company actually trust from another country? The answer is not just someone with a CV. It is someone who can communicate clearly, show proof of skill, and work reliably. That is why the best remote jobs for Nigerians are usually the ones where results can be seen clearly. Customer support is a strong example. If you can write well, stay calm, solve problems, and handle people professionally, you already have the foundation. Virtual assistant work is another good entry point, especially if you are organized and good with scheduling, admin tasks, research, and follow-up. Then you have sales, appointment setting, content writing, design, recruiting, and of course software-related roles, which tend to pay more if you have the skill. What I would not build my whole plan around is old-school, easy money categories. The global market is changing. Employers want people who can use tools, think clearly, and adapt. So even if you are a beginner, your best move is not to look simpler. It is to look more useful. And this is where a lot of people in Nigeria actually have an advantage. The country has a young population, strong English usage, and growing digital infrastructure. That does not mean everything is perfect, obviously. Power issues are real. Internet issues are real. Payment issues can be annoying. But employers do not expect perfection. They expect solutions. If you can tell an employer, I have stable internet, backup data, backup power, and a quiet workspace, you already sound more professional than many applicants. That one point is underrated. Remote companies are hiring trust. If they think working with you will be smooth, your location becomes less of a problem. But if they worry about delays, missed calls, bad communication, or unclear availability, then even a talented person can lose the role. So what should you do if you are serious about getting hired? First, pick one lane. Do not brand yourself as someone who can do everything on earth. Choose one main role. Maybe customer support. Maybe virtual assistants. Maybe content writing. Maybe design. Maybe software development. Pick one lane and make your profile look built for that lane. Second, build proof. If you want support jobs, create sample customer replies. If you want VA work, create a mock admin portfolio. If you want writing jobs, publish writing samples. If you want design jobs, show design work. If you want tech roles, build projects. Employers trust evidence way more than self-praise. Third, learn the tools. You do not need to master 50 platforms. But being comfortable with tools like Google Workspace, Slack, Notion, Zoom, Trello, HubSpot, Zendesk, Canva, or Excel can make you easier to hire fast. Fourth, stay alert for scams. If a company promises ridiculous pay for almost no work, only talks through Telegram or WhatsApp, asks for money, or wants sensitive personal information too early, that is a major warning sign. A real employer should be verifiable. And finally, use better places to search. Job boards, direct company career pages, remote hiring platforms, and global talent marketplaces all make more sense than random viral posts promising instant wealth. That is also where a platform like HireBasis becomes useful, because it sits closer to actual remote hiring rather than fantasy. At the end of the day, remote work from Nigeria is not about luck. It is about positioning. The people who win are usually not the people who applied the most. They are the people who look the easiest to trust, the easiest to manage, and the easiest to pay. So yes, remote jobs for Nigerians are real. But the smartest path is not chasing hype. It is building a profile that makes an employer say, "This person feels ready." If you are already applying for remote roles from Nigeria, what has been your biggest challenge so far? Finding legit jobs, standing out, or dealing with internet and power issues?